Here we are in the Amazon, pinch me.
So we are in the Amazon rainforest because we're teachers.
We are here with the Morpho Institute with another large group of teachers using the PocketLab Air to do some exploration and research at the Canopy Walkway.
We have the privilege of taking 30 U.S. educators every summer to this incredible place that's drastically different and unique from all of the places that they come from. And we flood their sensory channels with smells and sights and sounds and tastes that are unique to the Amazon.
Have any of you taught rainforest in your classroom? Do you talk about the layers of the rainforest? Do these layers exist? How are we going to define or test them?
So you guys are the first to use the PocketLab Air. They are doing phenomenal things. They have some wonderful supports for science.
We're kind of doing two experiments. How do they work? And we were looking at different types of variables that would affect different regions.
Yeah.
Sit in that student tension of, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable.
We give people time to sit, which teachers don't get to do very often. Not just listen, but hear, and not just look, but see, and not just touch, but feel. And that is a sense of place. And when we establish that through these embodied experiences, we drop anchor. We give educators the opportunity to do that. And that's where that restoration wellness comes from, but it's also where questions come from, and inquiry, and I wonder what I'm hearing because I'm actually listening.
If we want to measure the carbon dioxide and the altitude, we could probably use that PocketLab. As we get higher, are there going to be changes in carbon dioxide and also leaf color? So we're thinking maybe as we get higher to the top, there might be less leaf color. Does that affect carbon dioxide?
As we lowered it 2 meters each time and then stopped for 30 seconds, and the Pocket recorded the data, which was transferred to the phone.
Together with the data that others are also collecting, we should be able to come up with a cleaner definition, perhaps, of different canopy levels.
I have the privilege of listening in on these incredibly brilliant educators talk about not just their practice, but their craft and the application of this work. They're taking it home in ways that we could never dream of, and they create. It's this opportunity that we have that is authentic. It gives us this opportunity to stop and just listen.
Having tools like this is beneficial. It puts the actual research right in the students' hands. It gives them an opportunity to touch, feel, and truly be involved with their learning and control their own learning.
Our mission is Amazon conservation through education. I think what's beautiful about what we do is we inspire fertile ground for conservation through education to take place back in home communities, as well as staying right here in the Amazon. The sensory channels are flooded open, so the awareness just expands, and they can find awe in their local communities as much as they can in the Amazon. And all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, the leaf shape of this is, or the bark is this texture. They want to help conserve this place, and they want to help conserve their places at home. This concept of us being in the middle of nowhere no longer exists. This place is somebody somewhere, and we have the ability to sit in community with them and be listeners.
Most of my students may never make it to the Amazon or out of the United States, but it doesn't really matter because a lot of their inquiry questions can be answered in their own backyard.
For a lot of our students, a place like the Amazon feels almost like an imaginary place, so distant. And I feel like having tools like this that we can bring back into our classroom helps to kind of bridge that gap between what they see in a textbook or online and what we know can absolutely experience in the real world.
You know, we don't like to say the word magic when we talk about science instruction, and science is a body of knowledge and as a practice, but it's magic.